What is up, my riders? So today we are getting right to it, running to the post office. I'm gonna bring you guys along. Finally are going to be getting the tune for my car. I really hope that they have it here because I'm not sure if they messed up delivery or what. It didn't give me a notification that it was ready for pickup. And then start with the setup and then the tuning process. I don't know how much we're gonna get done today, but if we have to, we'll put a part 2. All right, guys, thankfully, we got it. And there we have it, guys. That's a thumbnail. We are going to unbox this real quick. That's why you guys are set up on the tripod. So this is the packaging. As you guys see, like I said, it's really clear what it is. And briefly for everybody that doesn't know, and if they haven't, definitely check it out. I do have a playlist where I did a custom turbo swap. A lot of people found out you can swap the Mark 7 GTI turbo and the Golf R Audi S3 turbo over, so the IS20 and the IS38, any type of hybrid, as long as you can find the room on the Gen 3 GLI platform. So I swapped the IS20 on because that's something different that not a lot of people do, and I wanted to see how much power I could squeeze out of the littler of the two. I'm going to have to data log and then send him over so he can custom tune and modify what's going on with the car. But that's the cool part about JB4. This is going to be stacked on my stage 2 tune, getting the power out of this turbo, whereas there is no other option for tuning capabilities with this turbo as it sits right now. No one has made a custom tune for an IS20, IS38 turbo, but this is pretty much what you would want. So JB4, let's open the box up. This is the OBD2, that's the data cable. In the box, we have the JB4 itself. Let me just check this out real quick. But you are going to be plugging this in. You get the gist. It's a bunch of cables in a box. Your boy still hasn't figured out how to set it up, so give him a second and I'll come right back. I just went on the site, went into the JB4 purchase area, the same tune that I purchased essentially. So when you scroll down on every single page, there's a download install guide, and then it gives you this very straightforward guide. I'll show you guys here in 1 second, just real briefly, and we're gonna go out and attempt this. So this is the guide. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. It tells you this is plug B, this is plug D, this is where plug B goes, and you just read the instructions. Well, guys, it's a dreary day out back where it all started, the garage where this whole swap took place. All right, I'm sure you guys are gonna wanna see this. Plug B, verify that, yeah. I have my laptop right there set up sturdy, so it's not gonna go anywhere. Plug B is literally right here into the manifold, and it is really straightforward. You're taking your stock plug that would go in here. It's trying to read all this stuff that comes through to be able to make adjustments. So what you do essentially like splicing it. So there's a female end that this male end goes into, and this is the stock bit that would go into your manifold. And then we have C and D. You can tell very clearly by the pictures. It shows you by how it's like spliced. You see that? And the nice little care they put into that, the little mini zip ties just to keep everything gathered up and clean. All right, guys, this would be pretty hard to mess up. So you guys can see the other one says it runs right next to the intake manifold. So obviously the first one being, and it shows in the diagram, would be here. It shows in placement, it would be to the side. Well, you have all this part of the wiring harness. And you see this, and then you see this. It's like, what would fit in something this big? It's very straightforward, guys. Let me tell you what, 1000% sure it's this. We're gonna hook it up just to verify, but obviously if it's not fitting, you're doing something wrong. You just be careful. You can easily get them in, and they fit perfectly. Now, last one, I did figure out, last one is going to be on the charge pipe. This is really clean. Like I said, like you guys see, it has like a nice braided cloth texture over top. So I'm 1000% sure, and I've just been letting the JB4 up here. I'm gonna just snake this down through to make it a little easier. Guys, I'm gonna show you the last one for reference, if I can get the phone up here. Aftermarket charge pipes, they're gonna look the same roughly. If you don't, they're gonna look different. Carefully move it. All right, there goes the female. The blade goes in. Adjusting things. If you pull back this thing right where the battery is, so right there, you can see down here that I actually freed up. Actually, I don't know if you can see that or not, but don't mind messing around a little bit with stuff. Right up there, this is probably gonna be like this. It's gonna look like that kind of. Peel back it, and there's gonna be a rubber grommet like this that you can actually slowly work and pop off, and it'll give you that little hole. Perfect to run this guy, which you're gonna need. The moment of truth. Can we fit? It's a perfect fit. And there you go. Now I'm running this down through. Oh, I understand. So this probably plugs into the OBD2. Now that that's routed, if this is the data cable, what does this, what exactly does this hook into? You guys remember those monitors? The monitor hookup? About the body of the JB4, I have the plastic one. There's little tabs in the side. You'll see 4 little tabs, I promise you. And you have to stick a flathead in and pop them out. You kind of see that. I don't know how good the lighting is. That feels like it's gonna break when you put it together. And you're gonna see where the screws go. There's going to be posts on each side. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to run this other cable down through where I did, and I'll get back to you guys here in one momento. All right, guys, update 1000. We have this ran for the OBD2. Sorry I need to actually wash those mats out, they're getting dirty. And we have the data cable ran. But I don't know if the ECU will strictly power that alone, or if it needs this source of power. I don't know why else it's included, but who knows. Mount the JB4 somehow, the actual block right there. I was thinking and having it, so maybe if I can even figure out a way to hook it up next to the battery. JB4, we got it installed, we got it run through the firewall. I showed you guys how I went about doing it, and actually it was pretty ironic that there's a grommet right there that you can actually feed through the firewall. Pretty straightforward. Obviously I didn't show you guys. You have to plug the OBD2 port up to that. Blue wire, I was looking up, and the majority of what I found was the blue wire is on there, but there's no point for me to use the blue wire. It's there in case I ever want to do this, but it's a 5 volt that you're supposed to be able to power the Bluetooth off of. If you want to use Bluetooth to bring up on your phone, PSI, like a boost gauge, virtual boost gauge based off of the data that your JB4 will be getting. Actually, he told me, this is at least what I'm repeating verbatim, he told me to map 0, data log it in 3rd gear from as low as I can go up to 6,000 past RPMs, and that would be a good data log. I'm supposed to log those, send them over to him, and he said then we will use map 6, if I'm not mistaken, to add more boost and fuel as needed. So it really helps, and that's one nice thing. It's a customizable thing. So instead of like having to just load a basic map, he can actually go and customize and custom tune the car itself. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. Let me know how excited you guys are for data logging and then custom tuning the car. It's going to be awesome because this is now where we can push it beyond where it's at right now and take full advantage of the turbo and everything. That's why we have the stack. That's why we have this custom tune that you can do that kind of stuff with. It's really neat. It's really neat how they work, and I really hope you guys are excited for it, because your boy is super excited to turn this turbo up. So hope you guys enjoyed this little bit. Make sure to be happy, stress less. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. As always,